So the eclipse occurs tomorrow, and we have a bunch of planets in Pisces, obviously, as well as Mercury retrograde. So most of us are probably very confused, especially when it comes to the house the eclipse is occurring in for us. But as Pisces rules the 12th house, you have to let go of that. Whatever it is you're confused about, whatever it is you're frustrated about, you have to let go and quite literally let God, because Pisces is the 12th house, the house of moksha, the house of letting go of the material world. So you have to disconnect from whatever is happening around you or whatever you're thinking and just focus on using your intuition, because that's the only thing that's going to give you the proper guidance right now. Aries especially, the eclipse is occurring in your guys' 12th house and it's activating your 9th house. Both of those houses have a lot to do with spirituality. So more than anyone, you definitely need to be the ones who let go of the material world, let go of whatever is occurring around you, and just focus on the spiritual aspect of it. So a lot of you guys naturally could be starting to isolate yourselves now. I've seen some Aries who've gotten into relationships, and so that's why they're going to be kind of isolating this summer. But for others, it's all about just going within, becoming more spiritual. And for Taurus, the eclipse is happening in your guys' 11th house, activating your 8th house. So it's all about transformation in friendships, transformations of your dreams and desires. So this is the time where you should take action towards it, but in a more spiritual way, in a less materialistic way. So when whatever it is you're trying to achieve or change in your friendships or in your life in general, this is the time where you need to take the more spiritual approach towards it rather than the more materialistic one. For Geminis, this is happening in your 10th house, activating your 7th house of business. So this all deals with your image, how you're being perceived in this world. So whatever it is you're currently doing, you could be changing the type of career field you're in, and it's going to be something that's more spiritually aligned with you rather than materialistically aligned with you. And for some of you guys, you could be meeting someone romantically who you share a spiritual connection with. And for Cancers, this is happening in your 9th house, activating the 6th house. So this is all about your day-to-day routine and just your beliefs in general. So something about your belief system could be changing, or something about your work environment could be changing. Maybe you get into some sort of work that is more spiritual and less technical, or just something about your belief system when it comes to your day-to-day routine or your work environment could be changing. For Leos, there could be some confusion when it comes to your finances right now. So if you're having any confusion with that, or if there's just sudden changes that are occurring financially for you, this is a period to kind of let go of it and just let it happen, because you're not going to be able to control it during this time. You're just meant to kind of detach yourself from it. And through detaching yourself from whatever changes are occurring for you, because this is activating your 5th house as well. So this could be in like speculative business, your creativity, or literally with your finances. This is a time for you to kind of let go of whatever outcome happens. Just let go. And that's when everything's going to start to sustain itself, when you detach from it. And you also could be meeting someone, because 5th house deals with love and romance with the 8th house. So you could also be meeting someone that you share a spiritual connection with. For Virgos, your relationship status could be changing as this eclipse is happening in your 7th house. So either you meet someone, or this could be the time period where you even get engaged or get into a relationship. And for those who are single or not looking for a relationship, then this is occurring in your 7th house of friendships. So maybe the friends around you could be confusing right now. Things with your friendships in general are just very confusing. But right now you're meant to take the more spiritual approach. Don't think too much about it. Try not to become too frustrated, because they're going to be confusing. Things about them are going to be fluctuating right now. This is just the time period for you to focus on the spiritual aspect of it, or you could even be meeting friends that are more spiritually aligned with you. For Libras, this is occurring in your 6th house and it's activating your 3rd house. So if you've been having any health issues, this eclipse is giving you the opportunity to transform your health, to clean up your diet or start working out more, whatever it is you've been neglecting. More than likely, something's going to occur during the eclipse, or it already has occurred, that has given you a clear sign that you need to transform your routine when it comes to those things. For others, this simply could be within their work environment. So if you've been dealing with a lot of obstacles in your work environment, this is the time period for you to let go of whatever's occurring and just take the more spiritual aspect. Or if you've been wanting to transform the type of work you do, if you're tired of the job you're working, with the 3rd house being activated, this may give you the courage to do that. And right now you need to focus on whatever just feels aligned with you, whatever makes you feel happy. That's the type of work you need to be seeking. For Scorpios, this is happening in your 5th and 2nd house. So if there's been any confusion in your love life or in speculative business or just with your creativity in general, this is the time period to kind of detach from that and just go with whatever feels right with you. Just go with the flow, because you're not meant to think too much of it. You're not going to be able to control it during this time with Mercury being retrograde. So for some people, this could be literally in your love life, or just dealing with your creativity, education, dealing with your communication or finances. So any of those things could be what's triggering you right now. And this is the time period for you to just kind of let go of whatever outcome happens. For Sagittarius, this is all about your happiness and literally you, as you are ruled by Jupiter. So if you're unsatisfied with your environment, whether that's your work environment or your home environment, this could be the time period where you move or start taking action towards moving. Or just literally ending something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling you. For Capricorns, this could be a time period where your desires are very confusing right now, as this is activating your third house. So whatever it is you're truly seeking or you thought you wanted could be changing during this time, or it just becomes very unclear to you. This also could be an issue with your communication. So maybe the way you're conveying your message to others is not being well received. But as the third house is all about taking action towards things, and this is also activating your 12th house, this means you should just go for whatever feels right to you. Use your intuition, because if you don't use your intuition, you're going to remain confused. It's not going to help you. For Aquarius, this eclipse is occurring in your second house, activating your 11th house. So communication with your family or friends could be very confusing right now, whether it's on their end or they're simply not understanding you right now. And hey, that's going to happen because Mercury's retrograde and you have all of those planets in your second house right now. So communication is going to be very confusing right now, as well as your values, what it is you truly seek or desire in your family dynamic or in your friendship dynamic can be very confusing. But right now, you should just focus on the spiritual aspect of it. Pisces is influencing your second house. So there's going to be things that happen out of your control. And right now, you just kind of have to detach from the outcome and just take the more spiritual route. Eclipse is occurring in your first house. So this eclipse is very important for you to focus on embellishing how you appear in the world. And I would say for you guys, particularly in your workspace, as this is activating your 10th house. So people in your workspace can be very confusing right now. And right now, you just have to kind of detach from whatever it is they got going on and just focus on you and your own path. But overall, yes, this eclipse is about you. So the focus is more about you and less about other people. Comment your rising and moon sign and let me know how this eclipse has been impacting you.